hello and welcome. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you don't know who I am, hi, I'm FEARSONA, you can call me Sona, and I'm your friendly neighborhood true crime VTuber. Here to give you full body chills, and here to, I don't know, lose some sanity. Actually, okay, you guys, if you're hearing some like buzzing sounds, I don't know if you can actually like catch it and you can actually hear it, but I swear to God, they decided, like the management of my building or outside my building decided to mow the lawn or just cut the grass, and it's loud. I can hear it. I hope that you guys can't hear it, but I can definitely hear it. It's loud. It's just loud. I don't know. I can't do anything about it. They're still going, so that's their job, which great, you know, like cut that grass, but it's okay. Sophia rented a haunted room. Yes, I have rented a haunted room. This is actually a new series. Yeah, this series is called The Paranormal Patrol because why not? I was thinking about Paw Patrol and yeah, like I know it's not very creative. It's okay. Don't come for me. But this is actually a new series. I've decided to start looking into, you know, haunted locations, haunted houses, paranormal sightings, and well, I mean, not like. Yeah, like ghost sightings and demonic entities and demonic encounters and so on and so forth. I'm a new fan. Hi, Drizzy. Thank you so much for being a new fan. Thank you so much for subscribing. I have thunder outside, so extra spooky. Hey. Also, Cryptids is a separate series. Cryptids is the Cryptid Files, okay? Cryptid Files is a separate playlist. This one's gonna be focusing, so Paranormal Patrol is gonna be focusing on ghost encounters, demonic entities, haunted locations, that kind of thing. And that is what I'm gonna be focusing on in this series. Yeah. Also, on a different note, we have gathered here today to say goodbye, say farewell to my fucking sanity and peace of mind, because what do you guys do? This is a separate question. What do you guys usually do if you cannot sleep at night? If you find yourself not being able to fall asleep at night, and let's say it's 2 a.m., 2:30, 3:30, what do? Usually, you would just probably like scroll on your phone, get up, I don't know, like maybe get something warm to drink, maybe get some snack, maybe watch something boring to fall asleep. You wouldn't, under any circumstances, you wouldn't probably, I mean, I would assume so, your brain wouldn't force you to read about something that is gonna give you anxiety and it's gonna scare you and it's gonna make you think about it for the rest of the night, subsequently preventing you from sleeping, right? So stay up all night and be on my phone. That's true. I've got a good recommendation for the future for this new series, bet A. And drink some water. That's true. Drink some water, drink some, I don't know, something warm, a warm beverage, a hot beverage, watch something calming, listen to some music. I don't know, that kind of thing, right? Like you would think this is a reasonable thing to do. So last night, I couldn't fall asleep. I was having a hard time and I had to I had to find a way to fall asleep. And I was preparing to, yeah, maybe I should listen to some calming music. You know what my brain chose to do? My brain decided, no, hey, you know what's gonna be a fun activity to fall asleep to or not fall asleep to? Read about the Sentry risk table, which is a whole fucking Wikipedia page. This is a whole fucking Wikipedia page about Sentry, which is this impact prediction system, and read about any potential asteroids on a collision course with Earth. That is what I did. I started reading a whole Wikipedia page that is talking about possible horrible future for our planet. And now I know that the dates, by the way, because it predicts dates, it kind of calculates the course of an asteroid and calculates the risk of it being on a collision course with our planet, right? And now I know that in 2095, on September 5th, there's gonna be an asteroid named 2010 RF12 that has a cumulative, what is it? The impact probability of 10%. 10%. That's 2095, September 5th. Remember that, write it down. Also, there's gonna be one in like 2040, August 11th, but that one is smaller. It's like 0.1% chance of impacting Earth, so just fun. So this is what I did. It was great. It was swell. Also, Dorothy, thank you so much for being a member for 12 months. Joke's on you. I do that exact thing all the time. I'll be 91 in 2095. That is, I'm probably gonna be dead, hopefully, before then. But yeah, that asteroid is, well, it's not that big. It's actually 7 meters in diameter, I guess. Diameter? Who knows how to pronounce it? So it's 7 meters, but it could do some damage. You know, there was this other incident. It's called the Tunguska incident. I think the asteroid was a little bit smaller than that, or like around the same size, maybe a little bit, actually maybe a little bigger. And luckily it did struck the planet, but luckily it just fell in the middle of nowhere. So like no one died, no one was hurt, just the forest. 80,000 trees were just like wiped off the surface of the Earth. Fun. So yeah, 2095. Hey, that's actually the highest probability percentage, the highest impact probability. 10%. The rest of them are like 2.5%, 1%, 1.3. There's like 0.2, 0.1. So usually it's like they are pretty far. I think the closest one, actually the closest one that passed the Earth and was kind of like, oh, you know, there was a slight 0.2% probability of impact, was actually 2024. It was like, it's gonna be 2024 in December. So, but that's like 0.2 probability. So, how many? How many? Oh no, there's like one, right? Like singular asteroids or meteors, I guess. So, and then I dug deeper. I went, you know, down that rabbit hole, and I was just like, okay, well, so that happens. Let's say it happens. Let's say there's an asteroid and it's going, you know, it's heading for the Earth. What solution, what chances do we have? Like, what solutions do we have? So NASA actually is working on a system called DART. I don't remember what it stands for, but the system is called DART. And it's basically, what it means like is that NASA can send a probe that then will use very powerful explosion to alter, like they don't have to destroy the asteroid, right? They just have to alter its course so that it doesn't, it doesn't strike the Earth. But the problem is, I was just like, okay, great. This is great. This is looking promising. You know, they have an idea. It's good. This is good. But then I read a little bit more about the system, and it turns out that there's a risk. They still haven't solved it. They will need another like 10 years, 15 years, however many years to solve it. Like luckily they do have calculations that, yeah, predict the asteroid's course, pretty like far ahead into the future. But so we did do, okay. Morgan says we did do a test of those a few times. We did it with a huge one with like 100 tons of TNT, and we're watching its path. Yeah, that's true. Like they are testing currently, but I think the biggest problem that they've encountered, they still have to solve, is the fact that the bigger the asteroid, it has a higher gravitational pull, which means if the explosion isn't powerful enough, the asteroid, even if it explodes, even if it kind of like, let's say shatters the asteroid a little bit, the asteroid's gravitational pull can still like pull those, like the pieces that were blown off of it. It can pull them back into it. So yeah, it might not, it might not work. Well, as long as they push the asteroid off its course and like they alter its course, that's fine. Like it's just like nudge it a little bit to the right so that it misses the Earth, and that's Gucci. It will hit the ocean. It'll just hit the ocean. Yeah, but then if it just hits the ocean, that means it's just gonna create a huge freaking tsunami. So tsunami coming everywhere. Yay. Okay. Not much of an issue. It will just hit the ocean. Well, I mean, that is an issue. That is a very powerful strike. It is a very powerful impact. Even if it hits in the middle of the ocean, it's gonna create a huge tsunami, which is gonna drown A lot of people. Okay. It's all the tuna. Also the tuna. The tuna are gonna be dead. But the ocean creatures, well, it is gonna have an impact on the planet overall. Like Tunguska, the Tunguska incident, it was huge. It was the crater is huge, and yeah, like it wiped so many trees, like just a chunk of forest, like 80,000 trees just gone. Hear me out. What if we catch it? Sure. What? With what? A baseball glove? And throw it back? Throw it back into the universe? Be like, get out. Out the field. Out of the field. Also, this is a special message to Chicago Cubs, because I've been seeing that Gura was at the appeared at a baseball game. So this is a message to the Chicago Cubs. You guys, your team or your game was my first ever baseball game at the Wrigley Field. So if you guys want a VTuber, you know, make a silly announcement at the Wrigley Field. I can't pronounce it, Wrigley Field. This is the first baseball stadium I've ever been to. So I will do it for free. That's a special announcement. Please hire me. I'm gonna do it for free. I'm not kidding. Like that, you know. Mad respect. You hold a special place in my heart. I enjoyed the game a lot. The nice lady next to me fell asleep. She was just taking a nap. It was very chill, so I would like to make a silly announcement or sing a silly song, whatever you want me to do, you know? I'm gonna do it. The era of the VTuber has come. The VTuber has come. Sounds like they need better explosion to match the mass of gravity. Yeah. I think they, you know, that's the issue that they are currently trying to solve. Sona X Cubs collab. Well, I mean, I would be down. I'd be down. I would say absolutely yes. This is like first baseball game I've ever watched. The first baseball stadium I've ever been to. So I would do it for free, you know, any day. Sona literally working for peanuts. Not even peanuts, like they don't even have to give me anything. I'll be like, yes, I want to do it. It's great. That is always gonna be a special baseball memory for me. Then I would definitely be able to learn some more language. Yay, a giant one. Where? VTuber made me think of a virtual tuba. Nice. Are you stalling so that maybe a little bit because I'm scared. This story was okay. The case that I have for you guys today was pretty scary. It is from Poland. Let's go. Let's get right into it. Let me just switch the music. Okay. Wait. Actually, let me just switch my music because it's. Why did I not switch this music? I don't get it. Just give me a moment. Forgive me for a second. Oh, my classic one. Classic. Also, can I hide this? Can I hide this? That's some scuff. Okay, forgive me for the scuff, cause yeah, why not? You know, scuff is an integral part of my streams. If you don't like it, I don't know what to tell you, honestly. It's gonna be here. It's gonna happen. These streams are scuffed. Also, IDK Bacon, thank you so much for the super. Sona signing the national singing, not signing. Jesus. Sona singing the national dude, if I have you can see how I'm reading your message. If I have the lyrics, then I mean, you know, like, because I don't know the whole national anthem of the United States, I would have to have the lyrics in front of me, and I will absolutely misread it. So this is gonna be embarrassing. Sona singing the national anthem and collabing with an MLB team at a baseball game fund. Hey! I would say no, like even without the fund, you know, I would do it for free because it's fun and I would like to have this memory. Just a fun memory. Okay. So today's case is gonna be spooky. It will be interesting, very interesting, and it is a case from Poland. And I remember this case personally because it happened in 2008, which means I was alive. I kind of remember it vaguely because it blew up. It was reported on the news in Poland. Everyone was following this case and like following the story. What is gonna happen? What's the development in this case? It was a ghost hunting site or ghost sighting that left dozens of kids in one town, like with PTSD. They had to go to therapy. It was that bad. And let me explain. So in December of 2008, one hunting photo sent shockwaves through the country, while the story behind it terrorized thousands of people from one Polish town of Kędzierzyn-koźle. I know, it's a difficult name to pronounce. Blame Polish language, blame my country. I know you're not gonna pronounce it, probably. It's difficult even for me, so I'm probably gonna fumble on that name because kędzierzyn-koźle, as you can see. Okay, so the photo in question captures a path in the local forest, but in the corner, and let me show you this picture, there appears to be a ghostly outline of what people believe to be a little girl on a tricycle. And this image unleashed a flood of terrifying stories from hundreds of residents. It soon... Yes, I cannot... Yeah. Congrats to me. Also, I have to like... Okay, let me do something. One thing. Is that gonna work? Maybe. Perhaps. I'm trying to like make my my slides work. Okay, so the photo, right? So it soon turned out that the same eerie figure had driven dozens of children to therapy with severe cases, in some cases, severe cases of PTSD. The situation escalated to the point where the police were forced to launch an investigation into the sightings because it got that bad. Okay, so two friends, Daniel and Wojtek, didn't really believe in ghosts before. They would listen to ghost stories and be fascinated with the spooky sightings, but never took any of it seriously, and instead they would retell the stories to scare their classmates at school later, right? That is until one hunting evening when they decided to take a stroll in the local forest in Kędzierzyn-koźle after they had heard about the little ghost girl on a tricycle. So Daniel and Wojtek recounted the story. They said, when it all started, we went to that forest. It was already getting dark. We were near the Biały Łuk Forester's Lodge when suddenly we felt a chill on the right side and warmth on the left. End quote. They were suddenly overcome with this disturbing feeling that they were not alone in the forest, that something was with them, watching them and following them. The boys quickly ran from the area and towards the nearest buildings, but they also felt like, felt like something was chasing us. Even now, I get chills just remembering it, end quote. It was only when the boys ran out of the forest that they felt they were completely alone. Like, again, nothing was chasing them anymore. They were safe. The experience was very hard to describe and a little embarrassing for teenage boys to tell their friends or adults because they didn't want to be painted as cowards. They didn't want to be thought of, like cold cowards and just like, oh, you believe in ghosts, you believe in those like bogus stories. They eventually told only a few friends from school about this incident and soon realized that they were not the only ones who had experienced contact with this entity from the forest, from the same forest, and in exactly the same way. So like feeling of cold and hot and tingling sensation and not being alone, like feeling like you're not alone and feeling like something is watching you and following you in that forest. So the ghost in question haunts the forest surrounding the largest block of flats in Kędzierzyn-koźle called the Piastów Estate and the adjacent Powstańców Śląskich Estate. Yes, try to mix try to say difficult Polish words in an English sentence. this is where I'm at right now. My brain is not braining. So yeah, there are those two kind of estates, right? Like the residential estates, Piastów estate, and then adjacent Powstańców Śląskich estate. Dense forest stretches on two sides. So this is kind of like an isolated, like two estates, right? Like two kind of residential areas. It's just, yeah, like it's just literally this area. That's both of those estates in this area. And then you have all this forest, dense forest, like basically stretched on all sides. Well, just several, right? Like there's several concrete blocks of flats with over 10,000 residents were built in the middle. So it's just surrounded by dense forest, kind of cut off from the rest of the city. Yeah, that is why, and that is exactly the same forest where the entity appears. This is where the legend and sightings of the little bald girl on a tricycle started in 2008. Yes, you have heard me right. Little bald girl, bald ghost girl on a tricycle. That is a very specific... I mean, I know it sounds silly, I know it sounds weird, but let me explain. There's a story behind it, apparently. It is impossible to find someone from this area, especially from those two estates, who hasn't heard about the ghost from the Piastów estate. Local radio and newspapers reported numerous encounters with the bald ghost. So according to the stories, everyone who encounters the entity feels a tingling sensation and sudden changes in temperature. So that one side of their body feels cold and the other side of their body feels hot. However, no one can really describe the ghost in detail. And although we have the famous photo showing this, you know, alleged ghost, only the residents of Kędzierzyn-koźle are hard believers that it is something supernatural. The rest of us, you know, we have doubts. But why is the ghost described specifically as a little bald girl on a tricycle? The residents have two versions of this story about where this little girl came from. In the first version, the girl, before she became a ghost, was killed by her own father, who a long time ago, right after the war, he took her to the forest, promising to play with her, but did not keep his promise and instead viciously murdered the child and left her body in a marshy area deep in the forest. He just left his daughter there. And in the second version of the story, the girl also died after the war, but this time she was killed by a Russian soldier who, according to the story, like raped her first and then beat her up and murdered her. And I think like in one version of this story, like he strangled her. Well, the point is that he killed her, right? Then, well, I mean, the Russian, like before he killed her, he actually dragged her to the forest by her hair and he murdered her deep in the forest. Ouch. Yes, I hit my hand. And then he murdered her deep in the forest. That is why she appears without hair in her ghostly form. Which, you know, the first version of the story doesn't mention, it doesn't mention the hair aspect. The second version mentions like, okay, the soldier dragged the girl by her hair to the forest. That's why the ghastly apparition has no hair. Other versions of the story are pretty much the same. So the circumstances are the same, except this time the little girl was also beheaded and the ghost also appears without the head, which I don't know, in the picture it kind of looks like there's a head. So maybe this version isn't as accurate. Where does the tricycle get involved? Well, the tricycle is kind of symbolizing the childhood, right? Like, oh, it's a little child. That's why she's on the tricycle. I don't know. It doesn't really fit in the story. Like, it's never mentioned in the story. Like, oh, she's on a tricycle. Like, she was on a tricycle with her. Like, when she was going to the forest to play, she was just on a tricycle. No, she just went there with her father, or she was dragged into the forest by a Russian soldier and murdered. The tricycle, I think, is a symbolism. Like, symbolizes her childhood, right? Like that she's a small child. And so, or I don't know, or maybe the ghost did not want to walk. Maybe this ghost just doesn't want to walk and she's like, I'm gonna be on the tricycle. It's scary. Isn't it scarier? Honestly, like if you think about it, If it was like just a picture of the ghost standing there, it's not or like a little girl standing there. Okay, scary, pretty scary. But at a tricycle, I'm like, oh my god. This is terrifying. For some reason, the tricycle just adds a layer of terror to me. Did the tricycle die? Yes, the tricycle died of rust. I don't know. Like it was just left there. Then float, damn it. Maybe she doesn't know how to float. You know how children learn how to walk? Maybe she, as a ghost, she never learned how to float. So she's like, okay, well, I need a tricycle. Right, it's so much more scary. Like, it's so much scarier. If you think about like, oh, okay, well, the little... Because I already, like, I immediately remember the little puppet from Saw. And that's fucking scary. New fear unlocked, tricycles. Okay, so... This happened, right? The photo is circulating. Everyone is scared. Everyone knows about this story. Like, they know these different versions of the story. And it's scary, right? Like, people... Well, I mean, okay. So, people were scared. They were concerned. They were like, wow, this is a spooky photo. But, as adults, like, the adults mostly... In most cases, they were just like, ah, yeah, this is just a story. Whatever. Like, the picture... I don't know. It might be fog. It might be some glitch. We don't believe in it. A different story, well, I mean, children reacted very differently. Bożena Jankowska, the principal of primary school number 9 in the town, said that when the story about the ghostly sightings in the forest came out in 2008, she noticed a sense of fear and unrest among her students. The story circulated around the school, and it was very, very clear that children believed in the paranormal encounter and believed in that photo, and they became seriously terrified. In some schools, panic, like straight up panic, broke out among students. There was a teacher from primary school number 13 that had to publish a special announcement in the school's paper, reassuring frightened students that ghosts do not exist and there's nothing to be afraid of. Like, she had to make an announcement in the paper. Then schools in the area also started organizing special talks about the ghost story to calm the students down. They had to have like special announcements, like gather all the students in the auditorium and have a talk, you know, with the students to tell them like, hey kids, we know, we are aware about this photo. We're aware of this story. Please don't believe in it. It's not, you are safe. There's no ghosts. But kids were terrified. So some children started, well, I mean, there was the other side of this phenomenon, I guess. Like some children, like many children were terrified, but some started, you know, kids are stupid. So some children started daring each other to take walks in the forest after dark, which not smart, don't do it. To see, you know, if the ghost will appear in front of them. They would then tell their peers about the weird tingling sensation they experienced and the feeling of being watched and followed, which might have been just like a placebo effect. I was going to say gazebo effect. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Like I think of placebo effect, but I usually say gazebo effect because of it. Like I watched it and it was just so funny that I started calling it the gazebo effect. Why not? Okay, so it was the gazebo effect, and you know, like students who you know, did the dare and went to the forest then would say, oh, you know, I felt this tingling sensation. I felt like someone was watching me. I felt like the hot and cold temperature fluctuations. Like, oh, I felt hot on one side of my body, cold on the other side. It must have been the ghost, or I saw something. And it was just spinning, you know, it was just spinning that wheel of terror. It was spinning, it was just escalating the story even more. So more children were scared. And, you know, this fear only spread among the kids. And at one point it got so bad that kids would refuse to leave their homes. They couldn't sleep because of constant night terrors about this ghost. They would refuse to leave their rooms. Parents were concerned because the kid would not leave their room and they would be afraid to sleep at night. One father actually said that his daughter, after hearing about the ghost and seeing the picture, absolutely refused to leave the house. She did not want to walk to school alone. She did not want to go to school at any point. Whenever he would like actually get her to go to school, like he would just get her to school and like convince her to stay there. After only a few hours, he would get a phone call from her begging him, like crying and begging him to come pick her up because she was so afraid. We wouldn't want to leave my... Why wouldn't want to leave my house either? I mean, yeah, I would not want to go to school. I would be like, fuck that. Probably my mom would be like, are you scared? Are you afraid of the ghost? I'm like, no, I just don't want to go to school. I want to stay home. Hey, Matthew. Hi. Hello. Those are things that will make Sona scream if she feels that on her back. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Like, if I experienced that, too, that's why I would never. If this was, like, a thing... like, this city is pretty far from my hometown. Like, I only kind of saw it on the news. But yeah, like, I would not do this challenge. I'd be like, are you guys out of your mind? I'm not going there because it's dark and it's the forest and it's not about the ghost. Yeah, it's absolutely not about the ghost. It's not that I'm afraid or anything. I'm just like, yeah, that's concerning. Don't go to the forest at night. Absolutely. Like, they would be like, yeah, you're afraid, aren't you? No, I'm just being reasonable. Okay, and then it didn't really help. So the situation was bad, right? Like, many students were refusing to go to school. They were refusing to leave their houses. They couldn't sleep. They were having night terrors. They were just mentally wrecks. And then it didn't help that local journalists seized the chilling story with much enthusiasm. Articles and coverage of the story on TV and radio was constant, which only fueled the children's belief that this ghost story was real. Because, you know, if also, Shai, thank you so much for gifted memberships, 5 gifted memberships. You guys, please make sure, congratulations to everyone who got the membership. Please make sure to say thank you to Shai. So if you think about it, from a child's perspective, you hear this story, right? Like, you hear this ghost story and it doesn't feel real. Like, yeah, you're scared, you know, your friends are talking about it, but adults are not talking, right? Like, adults are not talking about it. They don't know about it, or they don't really talk about it, or they tell you like, hey, this is not real, you know, just a rumor, ignore it. But then you see it on the paper, like on the newspaper, in newspapers, then you see it on TV, you hear about it in the radio, you hear the, you know, the adults on TV talking about this story. It feels real. As a child, yeah, I would believe it. If I see it on the news, I would be like, oh my god, it's serious enough that adults are talking about it. So parents started to bring their terrified children to the local psychological counseling center, and as a result, the center's director at the time, Justyna Lubienicka, eventually decided to file a report with the prosecutor's office because, in her opinion, all those news articles and broadcasts were taking it too far and seriously scaring children, because they were making it sound as if the whole story about the ghost is real. She also talked about her patients. She said, quote, "A parent of a girl who hasn't left the house for several weeks after the publications came to us, the child will be examined. If it turns out that she needs therapy, I will report a suspected crime to the prosecutor's office. There should be some boundaries of journalistic ethics," end quote. Mind you, the story about the ghost of a little bald girl on a tricycle got so out of control that it started affecting the real estate market in the area and got that serious. If there was a house for sale on the market in this area, but the price seemed like suspiciously low and the house had been listed for some time, like a couple of months, people, like adult people, were unwilling to put in an offer, convinced that the house must be haunted. So the result of the, you know, wide media coverage of the story was that adults now were affected. They were starting to believe that, oh, well, their houses are haunted. If this house has been there on the market for, you know, a few months, that means something's wrong. And they didn't jump into, like, oh, they didn't assume, like, oh, something must be wrong with the construction, maybe the price is too high, maybe something, or maybe someone died there. They just, you know, straight up would say, like, oh, no, I'm not gonna buy it because I think it's haunted. Or, you know, something. They didn't like go to any other reason that is like a reasonable, you know, explanation for why the house is on the market for so long. No, they were just like, oh, it must be haunted. I'm not gonna get it. Dang, even in the economy hitting hard from the ghost picture. Yeah, from one picture, one photo, one story, and it just escalated so badly. One local resident actually said, quote, "Not long ago, everyone wanted to buy houses, but this one somehow doesn't attract any interest. The conclusion is obvious. It must be haunted," end quote. So this was actually like a comment about a house that was on the market. I think it was listed for like 6 months, and only 6 months. You would think only 6 months. That's not a long time for a house to like just be on the market. And then, I mean, maybe it is a long time, but it was apparently the house's like price was pretty low. Like it started higher, but they were going, you know, like the owner was cutting down the price, and also, yeah, like the house was just there for a while. And people, no one would buy it because they were saying like, oh, something must be wrong. Like this house must be haunted. Maybe it's haunted by that little bald girl on a tricycle. I'm not gonna buy that. Then, oh God, because it gets better. It gets worse. Okay, it gets better or worse. Well, it gets even better. Then a mysterious profile account appeared on the now gone. That's a Polish website that is kind of similar to Facebook. It is a social media portal, Nasza Klasa, which means our class. The account that appeared on this portal claimed to belong to the ghastly apparition of the little bald girl from kędzierzyn-koźle. The little bald girl on a tricycle made a Facebook account. Well, I mean, let me call it Polish Facebook account. And this little girl, the little ghastly girl, uploaded some pictures. So I couldn't find all the photos. I remember the crazy part of this part of the story is that I remember this account. I followed this. I also had an account on this portal, you know, on the social media portal, and I did follow. I remember because it was like the story broke out. I was just playing around with this portal and, you know, like with a social media account, and I found this freaking account, and I remember the pictures, but I couldn't find them because this website is now gone. You know, it's not functioning. I think it closed down officially in 2021, which is still surprising that it was up in 2020 until 2021. I thought it was gone in like 2010. Like the moment Facebook took over or something, like it blew up. I thought this was like dead for at least 15 years, but I guess not. It closed down officially in 2021. Yo, so I'm following a ghost. It's crazy. I do remember following that account, like finding it specifically because I saw this story on the news. So I was like, oh, well, I wanna check it out. I wanna, you know, like I was talking to my friends about it, and everyone knew about this story in Poland. And yeah, like I found the account, and I remember distinctly. I remember seeing 3 pictures, one of which was like, you know, was the night picture. So the photo gallery wasn't like anything special. Just 3 photos. One was showing the forest during the day. Another one was showing a tricycle, and then the last one was the infamous photo of the forest at night and the ghastly apparition. And from the profile, we learned that the ghost girl, this bald ghost girl, was 97 years old. So this detail doesn't quite match the 2 infamous versions of the story that, you know, people in town heard about, because the little ghost girl was supposed to have died sometime near the end of Second World War, which wouldn't make her 97. At the time, like in 2008, it wouldn't make her 97. It would make her like what, 60 something, possibly 70. But yeah, like she was apparently 97 at the ghost. And what is the ghost following back? So why if the ghost is following back? What if it follows me back? Yeah, I mean, thank God this portal doesn't exist anymore, because I don't know, I haven't checked it since probably 2008. Dorothy, thank you so much for the super. I go around the woods dressed as a ghost. People think houses are haunted. Market price goes down, and then I buy the houses cheap. Oh no! I mean, yeah, it could happen. Honestly, if you did it, but in a convincing, very convincing way, I'm pretty sure it could. If you kept it up and if you made it pretty convincing, then yeah, I'm pretty sure like you could, yeah, you could maybe even affect the real estate market. Who knows? So obviously, the image that captured most of the attention was this, you know, bizarre photo snapped in the forest at night, and it shows what looks like an outline of a little child on a tricycle, because that's, yeah, like literally that's how it looks. You can see it, that it's a tricycle and it's a child on a tricycle. So Marek, a 25-year-old construction worker, he saw this haunting picture and immediately recognized the infamous ghost. He said this. So, quote, on the right side, you can clearly see... Oh, sorry. No. Yes, the scuff. Oh, the scuff. So Marek said, quote, on the right side, you can clearly see the silhouette of a girl on a tricycle. He admitted that when he first saw this image, he got chills, as if he had fallen into an anthill. Like he said, like, yeah, when I saw this photo, I felt this tingling sensation, like I felt chills down my spine, run down my spine. He was very frustrated with how much attention this story got, noting how the local forest was now crawling with like whole pilgrimages of curious people, of curious teenagers at the time, and many of them just were drunk. You know, some of them were teenagers just being obnoxious in the forest and like just roaming the forest and shouting that they will buy the little girl, ghost girl, a BMX. I think I remember that. You know what? The crazy part is that I think I remember like someone writing something like that on a forum about this little ghost girl. They were like, "Oh, you have to go to the forest and start yelling at to lure her out, to get her to like appear in front of you. You have to start yelling that you're gonna get her. You're gonna either take away her tricycle, or you have to yell that, hey, I'm gonna buy you a BMX." Like just. Oh my god, now that I'm talking about it, it sounds so stupid. It sounds ridiculous that, you know, this was the method to lure the ghost out. Like just go there and be like, hey, your tricycle sucks. I'm gonna buy you a better bicycle. Come on, let's go. No, we're late. Oh my god. Oh, that is funny. Oh my god. There's a Crypt TV short idea. The spooky doll follows the protagonist around, then he punts it. What? When did the idiot stop looking for that ghost? It took a while. Did you actually did it with your real life friends, Sona? No, because I didn't live in that area. I lived pretty far. Like my town was not in that, you know, part of Poland anyway, so that was far. But I would have maybe during the day. But yeah, like teenagers would go there at night. They would like start yelling, insulting the little ghost girl's tricycle, you know, like insulting her, calling her a baldy. Like it was so rude. First of all, rude. Now that I think about it, I would be like, yeah, she's just gonna, I mean, you guys can like, you can try, you can, yeah, that's not, I don't think that's a good idea. I don't think you should, you know, risk your, just, you know, take your chances here, because who knows, she might be pissed and she might throw that tricycle in your face. And, you know, like maybe she doesn't want a BMX, okay? Maybe she's okay on a tricycle. Maybe she doesn't know how to ride a BMX bicycle. Come on. Disrespectful. I couldn't ride a normal bicycle for a while. Until, okay, that's embarrassing. But yeah, I had like a, you know, like those side wheels for a while. Until I was like 20. Oh my god. No, I'm kidding. Am I? I'm kidding. But yeah, maybe the little girl likes her tricycle, okay? Leave her alone. I am here, people. Who is everyone? Hello, Sensei. Thank you so much, Sensei Foster. Thank you. Is a FEARSONA fan. Oh no! I love your new username. Thank you so much. Are her legs even long enough to use a BMX? I don't know. I don't think so. Like, she was a little child. I don't know how old she is. I mean, apparently 97. I have no idea how old she was when she died. But I assume like a pretty small child. So there was definitely an increase in incidents involving drunk teenagers and, you know, just wannabe ghost hunters which only further frustrated local residents because, yeah, that affected everything. It affected, you know, the real estate market. It affected people who maybe were interested in buying a house in the area, but then they saw, you know, they heard about the ghost story and they just saw all those like unruly teenagers and like just random people just going to the forest, like just wandering in the area with cameras, and they were annoyed. They were like, okay, well, doesn't seem like a nice place. Like, I don't want to be bothered by these like teenagers and like hear from my window, hear someone screaming in the forest like, hey, I'm gonna buy you a BMX. Come on, come out. It was ridiculous. There's evidence that something bad actually must have happened in the forest near the housing estate. So this story might not actually be, the story of the ghost girl might not actually be completely untrue. Because there is a cross that stands in that forest, like a little cross. And usually, if there is a cross, you know, like if someone puts a cross in a very random place, if you see a cross, like a small cross in a random place, it means that someone had died in that spot. And there was a cross in that forest, so someone must have died there. Then there was this journalist from Radio Park. His name is Adam Lecibil. And so he's, he's a journalist for this radio and also an author. And he actually did speak about this apparition, this ghost. He said this. So, quote, you can believe in the ghosts or not, but most likely some tragedy happened in that place once. Therefore, it should be respected and people shouldn't fool around there. End quote. This is what he said, but honestly, stupid teenagers will be stupid teenagers. They did not make much out of it. I mean, I doubt that they even knew about what he said and like what he was calling for, like, calling for the teenagers and like unruly people to stop what they're doing, to not go there anymore. Like, people didn't care. Like, within a few months, I think this forest was visited hundreds of times. And it was like ghost hunters, it was teenagers, people just screaming for the ghost to come out. Residents were getting pissed because every night they would just hear people screaming in that forest, and it was disturbing. And then there was a resident of the Piastów estate that added, quote, if some unclean forces appeared there, the cross certainly bothered them. It's just like in horror movies. At the sight of a cross, the unclean force writhes in convulsions. I don't know what he meant by... I mean, I know what he means by that, but it was just kind of like very out of context or very out of the blue. Like, okay, evil forces, so does it mean that the little girl is actually a demon and this cross is like keeping her in the forest? That's kind of what I understood from this, from the whole story, like in connection to the whole story. Also, the tree was covered in a thorn bush. What? Oh, I went off. Okay, Dorothy, sorry, I didn't see the first one. I went off road on a bicycle once. I crashed into a tree. It was hilarious to me at the time. I never did that again, though. Also, the tree was covered in a thorn bush. Oh, no. No! Also, Melissa says, I lived next to the woods for as long as I can remember, so I'm used to it, or something my mom did too sometimes. Like, what? Like, walk in the woods or go to the woods and scream for a little ghost girl to come out because you're gonna get her a BMX? I mean, if the second one, that is very specific. That is very, very specific. Okay, so the mysterious photo of the ghost had picked up the interest of a Polish kind of organization researching paranormal phenomena. The organization is called the Nautilus Foundation, and they do research like the paranormal sightings, ghost encounters, all possible like entities and weird happenings. And this organization committed to examining the photo in order to confirm or dispute its legitimacy. they actually said, we received a response that we need to get it in full resolution because we received a response that we need to get it in full resolution because for now it's impossible to say what it really shows, end quote. So this was the explanation by the journalist Adam Lecibil. And then the problem is, so this organization was trying to investigate this picture. Obviously the picture was like very small. It wasn't in high res. It was just very conveniently, the size was very small. It was very conveniently blurry. So you can't really like tell. It was hard to examine this photo. And then there was the problem of the author of this image. So there is no author. The photo simply like appeared one day on the internet and started circulating online with no credentials of the original poster. Like no one is even sure like where was it posted first. It just suddenly appeared and suddenly started circulating. No one could get to the origin of this photo, the original poster. Maybe the poster wasn't a human. Maybe the poster wasn't exactly alive. Maybe ghosts wanted to keep up with the times and posted the picture on the internet themselves, kind of like Sadako. Maybe it's a similar thing to the cursed tape. Who knows? That is it. That is the end. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? Like I mean, I can definitely see the shape of a little, like what appears to be a little child on what appears to be a tricycle. But if you think about it, if you kind of like turn it around, it could be a chicken. I don't know, I kind of see different things, so... Either that or a troll. Yeah, that's true, that's true. It could be obviously a prank, which I assume it is. That is the most likely scenario, that this photo was fabricated. There's a reason why... Oh my god. Yes, my voice is gone. I mean, there's a reason why the original image is pretty small. No one can find any high resolution image because there is none. This person, whoever posted this first to the, whoever was the original poster, they knew what they were doing, and they just posted a small image with, blurry, kind of like blurry image with what appears to be a ghastly figure, but honestly you could fake it. And because the image is so small, even if you like make it bigger, it's just gonna get more and more blurry, so you can't really tell what it is. And mass paranoia, yeah, it's kind of like the dancing plague too. Okay, let me... Why? Ah, alright, here we go. What happened to the Polish economy after this paranoia? Polish economy recovered. I think it was fine. It was honestly just that one place, and yeah, that would say it was fine. They were fine. They were fine. Like it just passed. I don't think anyone remembers. Like there weren't that many sources about this story. Like I was surprised because the story was huge at the time, and I was kind of like expecting to see a little bit more about it. I was looking for maybe TV, like TV interviews and stuff. There's nothing. I was trying to find it, and maybe I wasn't digging deep enough or something, but I couldn't find the TV kind of reports and stuff. I guess it wasn't but 2008? No, I guess YouTube was still just kind of crawling. It wasn't even like walking yet. Actually, no, that was when was YouTube? When did YouTube start? Wait. Yeah, I don't think anyone was like uploading like news reports to YouTube just yet in 2008. So calm song. Yeah, we're switching to a very calm and very chill lo-fi music to finish this stream. Idea for a stream: you should talk about the whole Momo incident. Oh, I remember that. Yeah, that's fucking scary. That is fucking scary. We also did talk about another scary case on Patreon. I had a stream on Patreon about the pizza bomber incident. If you guys are familiar with it, let me tell you, the case is convoluted. It was such a hot mess. So many people, so many confusing incidents, so many like plot twists and turns and just like a what the frick moments. It was very interesting, but also an incredibly sad case. If you're interested in listening about it, you can head over to my Patreon. At the lowest tier, you already get, access to bonus streams, so you can watch all of them. Strong emotions give life to things and places, Eric. That's true. That's true. Again, it's kind of like, you know, I did talk about it in my Loch Ness monster stream. So it is kind of like, oh, you go somewhere with an expectation, and like a story influences your mind. So you know, all those people who go to the lake, right, like Loch Ness, they go there with an expectation in their mind. So whatever they photograph, then they will think that oh, you know, this is a photo. I took this photo and it seems like there's something in this photo, but it's really your mind just playing tricks on you. And, you know, because you know of the story and you have an expectation that maybe I'm gonna catch the monster, right? Like, oh, maybe I'm gonna photograph the Loch Ness monster. And I think that's what happened in this case too. Like, oh, people went there with, you know, they heard about this story, they saw the photo, they went there at night and felt, I don't know, wind. Like, literally, I saw one, I didn't mention it, but like I saw one guy talking about it. Well, not, like I read about one guy talking about it, and he was saying, it was like a teenager, and he was saying like, yeah, I went there with my friend and we felt this gush of cold. And we thought, oh, it can't be wind because we are in the woods. I'm like, yeah, but you do realize that the woods it's outside, right? There is wind outside. Even if you're in the middle of the woods, there is gonna be wind, because that is how wind works. Even if there are trees, there can be a gush of wind in the middle of the forest. Like, I know, right? It was so stupid. He was just like, oh, there's no way. I felt a gush of cold something. And he's just like, yeah, it can't be wind. We are in the middle of the forest. I'm like, yeah, that's how nature works, actually. It's like, wait. I'm gonna blow your mind with this. Actually, yes, you can feel the wind outside in the forest. It was silly. People can be so overreacting. Yeah, they can overreact very easily when influenced by a scary story or scary encounter. Silly Sona, wind doesn't exist in the woods. What? It doesn't exist in the woods? Whatever do you mean? Lies. Sitting on a throne of lies. There is wind in the woods. The woods. That's where wind comes from. The woods. Can you do Taiwanese urban legends since you live there? Sure. I think I would like to. Like, maybe not. I don't know if urban legends, but maybe. I mean, I guess urban legends. If there's like hunting, there's definitely a couple of like legends and huntings here, or like stories about like huntings here in Taiwan. I could definitely like look into it at one point. And I can't wait for you to talk about the Annabelle doll hunting. Yeah, maybe at one point, definitely. Oh, that one's definitely gonna appear in this series. Like the Annabelle, the Conjuring, the real story behind the Conjuring. Homie really thought wind only comes from an AC. Oh no! Oh, yeah, probably. Like, that's how it sounded. He was just like, there's no way we can, you know, it couldn't have been wind because we are in the woods. And I'm like, newsflash. Wow, let me stop you right there. Let me blow your mind. Yes, outside there's wind. The woods is, you know, it's outside. So yes, there is some wind. Yeah. Okay, you guys, thank you so much for today. That was the end of the story. I hope you liked the case. I hope you liked the story, whether you believe it or not. The picture was pretty convincing. It was scary. I have to say it was scary at the time. I was glad that I don't live in that town, in kędzierzyn-koźle. But at the same time now, after like years and years, I'm just like, wow, we were so stupid. Kids are so gullible. Oh my god. And it was crazy that everyone was following that profile. I think the profile on, on that Polish Facebook had like hundreds and then thousands of followers. And it was like mostly kids, some journalists, and they were just kind of talking about it and commenting like, oh, little girl. And there was like a thread on a forum or something. There was like a group to talk about it. It was crazy. Was internet new in Poland back in the day? Well, I mean, not in 2000. What? I mean, yeah, in the 1990s. In the 90s, yeah, it was new. In 2000s, not really. are we like in a cave? No. I mean, 2008, we had internet like anyone. Oh my god, overreacting and their mind playing tricks on them. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Like it's, you know, I think this story was scary enough that, you know, kids were very easily influenced, and then I'm just surprised that adults were influenced. I'm surprised that adults, it got to the point where adults were having like doubts about buying houses in the area because they were just like, oh no, it must be haunted. Oh, this story must be true. There's some kind of cross in the woods. Like, oh shit, it must be haunted. I'm surprised at that they actually, you know, they actually kind of believed some of it. Oh well. I feel like I'm in a cave. It's actually cooler now that the sun went down. See, it's not cool here. Here it's just fiery pits of hell in Taiwan. It's like I literally saw a weather, like the other day I was just looking at weather forecast, and it was like it said like, oh, in Taiwan it's 24 degrees. I'm like, okay, 24 degrees, that's not too bad. I can probably go outside. Like little letters under, like little, you know, like note underneath. It feels like 37. I'm like, oh fucking why? Why? Yeah, it felt like 37. That's how it, like literally it says, oh, the temperature is 24 degrees Celsius. It feels like 37. I'm like, ah! Yeah, humidity. And humidity is at like 87% or 90 something percent. So fun times. You can tell that it's very pleasant to walk around outside. No, it's not. You sweat like a pig. From any pore, from every single pore of millions of pores, billions of pores on your skin, you sweat from every single one of them. You sweat from places you didn't know you could sweat from. It's not pleasant. You know, boob sweat is real. Just saying. Just nose sweat is real. Like under your nose. Lip sweat is real. Everything is real. All the sweat is real in Taiwan. Hey, you believed it. I did believe it. I did believe the story at the time. Yes, absolutely. Like the ghost story, I did believe it. I was freaked out. But I was also a kid. Oh, wait, Celsius. Yeah, it's Celsius. 27, 37, that's not hot. 27 Celsius and 37 Celsius. That is hot. That is absolutely hot. Wait, what is 37? Like 20, like 24 is not hot. 24 is actually pleasant, like Celsius. 27, wait, Celsius. Hair sweat? Oh, absolutely. To Fahrenheit. Oh, yeah, here we go. 37 degrees is 98.6 degrees Fahrenheit. That's how it feels here. And today, Taipei weather. Wait, Taipei weather. It's 34. It is 34 degrees. It feels higher. It feels so much higher. And okay, humidity is not terrible. Humidity today is like 60%. It's okay. It's bearable. Jesus Christ, it's gonna be even hotter. Ugh. Okay. Well, yeah. It's gonna get to like 100 something degrees Fahrenheit. Anything higher than 25 degrees is awful. Jesus, I would probably fucking die. Yeah. That's why I don't go out. You guys are laughing at me that I don't go out. Like I rarely go out. This is why. Because like 6-7 months out of a year in Taiwan is like this. It's humid. It's humid and hot. I mean, I would say, I guess like six months is like just hot. So yeah, I don't really go out. I'm a southerner and we've been dealing with triple digits for more than a week. Jesus Christ. Stay home, turn on the AC. I mean, yeah, global warming is real, but honestly, turn on that AC. Just, you know, sleep in the fridge. It's 87 Fahrenheit in Washington. Oh, that's pretty high too. That's pretty high. That. Yeah, it's hot. It's just hot. I hope we survive. You guys just, you know, let's survive this summer. You guys sleep in the fridge. I'm gonna sleep in my fridge too. It's gonna be 104 tomorrow and I need to be outside. No! What? Can you not be outside? Do you really have to? I mean, I hope you're gonna be able to, like, you know, take a break in like a AC'd room or like a cooler room, not like all the time outside. Just take care, California can be really hot outside, and I would feel the heat when at work. Oh yeah, California. I guess California is, but California is pretty dry. It's not humid, right? So it's kind of, it's a little better. It's a slightly better. Like humidity just makes it so much worse. You can't breathe. Like the air is so thick that you cannot breathe with like. YouTube, please don't ban me for this mispronunciation. I'm sorry, I'm not a native speaker. Breathe, breathe, not D, not D. It's TH. Breathe. Shit. Same here, and I'm a laborer. Damn it, you guys have it tough. I cannot. I'm so sorry. I cannot imagine. This is tough work. If you have to like work outside in this heat and I'm, you know, there's millions of people that have to do it, and man, you guys, I can tell you, even if I don't know how much you're paid, you're not paid enough. You should be paid more, because working outside, like any manual, like any kind of physical labor outside in this weather is just, that's just hell. Joshua, thank you so much for the super. Stay hydrated, everyone. Hydration. Wait, let me just actually take a sip of, which reminds me I have to take a sip of my water. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm having allergies as always, especially in the summer. I don't know. I'm just allergic to something. Like not dust. I cleaned my house. It's squeaky clean, and I still have congested nose. So great. Airways. 16.50 an hour. That should be like double, triple, quadruple in this heat. Holy shit. That absolutely, you're not paid enough. It can be, but I tend to push on. Damn. You guys, I would like to wish you luck. Anyone who is working outside in this weather, I hope you can take breaks. I hope, you know, like just stay hydrated. I hope there's like a room that you can rest in, you know, you can take breaks. Please be sure to, you know, to cover yourself in sunscreen, wear a hat. I don't know, take an umbrella. I know it's stupid, like it, you know, when it doesn't, but it helps if you can, and you know, if it's possible, just take breaks, because heat stroke, that's a real thing. You can get a heat stroke, and that's not fun. I have to work outside tomorrow. DMJ, I hope you can also take breaks. Just make sure to hydrate a lot, because it can be really, like, you can get dehydrated, you can get a heat stroke. It's no joke. This is not a joke. Mind if I ask what ghost game you are playing or plan to play? I guess like we're planning, I do have a collab coming up on the 14th of July, and we're gonna be playing Chained, which is, I guess, like kind of a spooky game. So that one's the closest one. I don't really play games on my channel anymore. Like sometimes I do, like if there's a spooky game that I want to play, then I'm gonna play it. I do still have to finish like a lot of games. I have to finish the Soul Suspect. That was a pretty good game. Still gonna finish it. Gotta finish it. I can't speak today. Well, hear me out. Hokkaido is mostly always cold and humid, so sun/heat is always the best when it's not too hot. Yeah, I mean, Hokkaido, I've never actually been, even though I lived in Japan for a while, so I have to actually go. I always wanted to go in the winter because skiing, but I never got to. Oh no. Bacon, LA Noire. You mean the game that requires me to drive and I'm a terrible driver? Are you kidding me? That was horrible. That was a horrible experience. I had flashbacks from my past. Also, Cool Skeleton, thank you so much for the supai. Why couldn't the skeleton go to the prom? This is the only joke I'm making. Why couldn't the skeleton go to the prom? I don't know. Why couldn't he? Because he was, I don't know, he fell apart? Wait, because he was dead? Oh, because he had no body to go with. Oh no! Oh no! Oh, that's pretty good. Oh my god, that's such a that is a silly joke. I like those types of jokes. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the super cool skeleton. Very cool joke. I like those jokes. You know, I like the silly jokes. I like the silly dad jokes. He had no body to go with. Ah, sad but funny. Oh, it was so funny. Okay, guys, thank you so much. Sona with her detective outfit and fedora would go hard with LA Noire. I did play LA Noire, like a little bit. But again, it was pretty horrible because I had to drive a lot in the game, and I'm a bad driver, so did not end well. But I might go back to it. Like I have to, yeah, I gotta maybe like play it again. Maybe some kind of event, like part of one event or something. We'll see. We'll see. I want to go back to some like spooky games too. Yeah, maybe this week. This upcoming week. Like, cause I was planning to do maybe like a game. Well, I mean, mostly I was planning to play Pal World and invite my Patreon members because we have a community server on Patreon. So if you are a Patreon member and if you happen to be on like in the gold tier and up, then you can join our Pal World server. Just don't steal from my base, okay? I've been working so hard. I got to almost level 29. Ketsuya's gonna laugh at me because he's like level 52. How? Also, Cool Skeleton, thank you so much again. You should play a cool game called Spaghetti Clicker. Didn't I hear about this? Wait, spaghetti, wasn't it like a pointless game? Spaghetti Clicker? The fuck is that game? Wait. Oh, you just literally click, but what? Spaghetti Clicker is an idle game with a twist. Even if you still need to click some... Oh, you just click? Oh, Jesus. Oh, you can like literally... Okay. I'm confused. What the heck? Ah, pointless? I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Cool Skeleton. I'm sorry. I just thought it was like No. I've never seen it. I think I heard about it on Twitter, and maybe seen someone play it. Isn't it like that? You just click spaghetti and nothing happens? Like what? Or am I getting it wrong? I think there was another one that you just click something, like you're just clicking something, and it just doesn't. Nothing happens. Nothing changes. I think the point is like number of clicks or something, but that's it. That's that. I don't remember if it was like... It wasn't the spaghetti game, maybe. Maybe it was something else. But yeah. Oh no. I'm okay. Wait. Well, so now work in the animation studio got me a new Ford now. Now I know you ain't never driving. Oh yeah, no, I'm not driving. Listen, my driving skills are horrible. They are horrendous. So yeah, it hasn't been a slab of spaghetti. Was that a game? Wait, banana was it? Oh no, the click game was, I think, wasn't it a banana? It was, right? I think it was like, oh, you just click a banana and that's it. It was that's that. Nothing happens. Also, Cool Skeleton, thank you so much again. It makes you want to try my cooking. I make spaghetti. Hey, spaghetti, enjoy. Enjoy some good spaghetti on this beautiful day / night. I guess for you guys night, for me it's morning. Okay, anyway, thank you so much, you guys, for today. I hope you enjoyed the stream, and I hope to see you for, you know, in the next stream when I stream again. And I will see you guys on Wednesday. I believe there's gonna be I think we will have more streams this week, like 4 or 3 or 4. Well, I mean, definitely 4 on well, definitely 3 on YouTube and 1 on Patreon. So there's gonna be some spooky videos, more spooky cases, more spooky stuff, maybe some Pal World. I wanted to play some Pal World with my Patreon members. So if you are a Patreon member, please do check out the post about our server, our community server. And I did build a second base, just so you guys know. I just built like a second base in a place that is very hard to access. But it has like 4 chests that appear in the same spot. So I built a base there, and the chests just appear there, and I could just pick up like every day, every 24 hours, it just appears like 4 chests in a row. And yeah, and I get like a lot of stuff. So infinite money too. Also, Cool Skeleton, thank you so much for so many supas. Spooky Scary Skeleton, hey. Wasn't it the song Spooky Scary Skeleton and something down your spine? and it shivers down your spine, and yada yada, because I don't know the lyrics, and yeah. Secret base. Yeah, it's very hard to access, because it's like on this like tower elevator. Why am I giving it away? It's a very nice location, but my pals are getting depressed because they can't, they don't have, it's just like metal, so it's not very pretty. And I think like some of my pals got like super depressed. I have to like heal them. So much gold to get. Yeah, like gold, infinite gold basically, and infinite like certain resources, I guess, from the chest. It's a very nice location, and yeah, like I've been playing for a while. I really enjoy Pal World, so that's why I decided to make a community server, because I kind of wanted to do like a dedicated server, and yeah, maybe play with you guys. So next time, I think this week I'm gonna do at least one stream where I'm gonna be playing Pal World, and hopefully like you guys will join, some of you guys like who are Patreon members. And yeah, that's it. Also a spicy wallpaper available now on Patreon. Just saying, this is it. That's it. I don't know, YouTube might ban me, but you know what? I don't care. If YouTube's okay, YouTube, don't, this is not like a very nude, but there's this spicy wallpaper. It is available on Patreon right now for certain tiers, like like promised. All right, that's it. You know what? Maybe I shouldn't be checking Wikipedia pages for like asteroids on a collision course with Earth. I think it makes me a little nervous. I think I shouldn't be checking some scary stuff on the internet when I can't fall asleep. I don't think it was the best decision making on my part. I know. I shouldn't blame myself, but yeah, my brain is just... My brain doesn't want to sleep. My brain wants to be... I don't want peace. I don't want peace. I want problems. Always. I love that video. Do you guys know that video? It's great. It's great. Like just type in "I don't want peace" in like on YouTube. It's this like parody of Mortal Kombat, I think, and the guy just goes, "I don't want peace. I want problems. Always." It's hilarious. I think I see it. Yeah, it's great. This is my brain. This is my brain at night when I'm like, do you have a problem? Do you want like don't you want peace? Don't you want to fall asleep? And my brain is just like, no. We want problems right now. Peace was never an option. Yeah. It was great. This video was great. It was awesome. Chef's kiss. Also, Dorothy, thank you so much for the super. Shouldn't read Junji. Oh, Junji Ito at 2 a.m. either. Oh yeah, don't read that. Or Stephen King, or whatever, like horror. You know what? Let's agree on something. Let's not watch scary videos, or don't watch scary videos, scary stuff. Don't read scary stuff. Don't read stuff that is gonna give you anxiety at 2 a.m. or 3 a.m. because you will not sleep. If you think it's gonna make you feel like sleepy, it's not. It won't. It's gonna keep you up at night. Suddenly your heart rate is gonna just spike. Wait, I think I won't have sleep tonight. Yeah, neither will I. I will think about the little bald girl on a tricycle. Okay, you guys, thank you so much for today. I appreciate all the super chats. I appreciate all the support. Special thanks to my Patreon members, as always. Special thanks to my moderators, IDK Bacon, Eric. Thank you so much for modding the chat. You guys are wonderful. Thank you for following the rules, not breaking the rules, and letting, mods enjoy the stream as well. And I appreciate you guys for being members of my channel, all of the members. And yeah, thank you. Also, Jose, thank you so much for the super. Rest easy, detective. Thank you. I will see you guys next time. I will see you guys on Wednesday with another spooky stream with some spooky videos, so we can chat some more and we can judge people for going out at night into the woods with only a flashlight and a blurry ass camera, or like a toaster phone that doesn't film in HD, because that's what happens with ghost encounters caught on camera. Yeah, that's it. Thank you so much. Stay safe out there. Always lock your doors and windows. Bury your hexes. Until the next time. Bye.